new on Curiosity Stream.
I'm James Burke. I'm going to take you on a journey through time.
James Burke's visionary series returns, reimagined for our time.
Now, this is all uncharted territory.
The Washington Post hails Burke as one of the most intriguing minds in the Western world. The New York Times raves he careens from one great moment in history to another.
Where do we want to go from here?
Experience all new Connections.
So what's the next connection?
With monthly, annual, and bundled plans, find the one that works for you at CuriosityStream.com.
J360 Radio.
Hello, J360 Legion, and welcome to the J360 Mini Bites here on J360 Radio, hosted by J.M. Brady. I am your host, J.M. Brady. Let's get into it. Hey, what's going on, J360 Legion? What is up? It is J-Man here, of course, just letting you all know what's happening. Hey, we finally hit episode 112 of the J360 Mini Bites. How about that? Well, yes, and a lot of news coming our way. It's not October anymore, it is finally November, and I am a year older now, so, yep, 35. I feel pretty good, though. I feel actually pretty spiffy. I don't know, maybe it's the training and the workouts. Or maybe it's, I just don't think about my age that much. And you know what? Life's too short to even worry about it anyway. So it's all about just having a good time. And speaking of having a good time, just because Halloween is ended doesn't mean the Monster Fest has. The Monster Fest is on its final week. Yeah! And you know something? This last week, we were pulling out all the stops. All the shows are going to be playing their final hurrah for this fest. And I got to say that I really enjoyed how things have progressed. I mean, I kind of wish that, I did some more J360 TV things, but no worries. That's what next year is for. Whatever we didn't get done, we're going to do more next year. So I ain't worried about it. And, if anything, I think this fest was just as good, if not better than last year's fest. So I also have some ratings to throw at you guys, and I'm going to make sure I get caught up on that sort of thing tomorrow. But other than that, though, this has been a pretty good run. Now, there have been some hiccups with a few things, such as, I kind of had my own little in-real-life horror story happen because, when I work with people in terms of content creating, you meet other content creators, right? And the thing is, you feel as though that you have a niche and a connection there, but the problem is sometimes people become abnormally awkward and just ridiculous with their stuff. There was this particular individual who actually made their debut on Jams. I won't say the name because guess what? Their name isn't worth it. But I will say this. Made a particular debut on Jams. And then I talked to him about, because every time Jam succeeds in an achievement, I let everybody know because it's a team win. This fool decides to go ahead and say, I don't make my songs for profit, and I'm actually in top ranking on blah, 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 this site. And it's a site that I don't even shop from one thing, but it's another damn thing, whereas I don't care about people's genres and ratings. I just hope that you all grow as, professionals in your craft. That's kind of the point of Jams. And you see, the thing is, Jams is a team win, but this moron done found a way to make it awkward. Disgustingly so. And I looked at him and I was like, you know what? I'm talking in terms of my business and I'm talking in terms of growth. I'll show my numbers off because I feel as though I need to. He's the same guy that was like, oh, I don't show my numbers. You showed me your ranking, you dumb. And then not only that, later on, because I pretty much made him a one and done, I put him on a list where it's remember, there's a list of people that are in the fam, but there's definitely a list of people that are not in the fam anymore. Do not post their music and stuff like that. Dare I say it. Everybody has an opportunity, but there are people that take that opportunity and they waste it. And then they deserve to be in the wasteland where they belong. This particular individual was like, I admire your work, man. I admire all the stuff that you do. You keep going on. You never quit. You're always doing what you stay focused on stuff. And I'm like that too. And my new EP came out and I live up to my word. And I'm like, I don't give a damn about you, pal. I don't care about none of what you're saying right now. I know how hard I work. I live that life. I know that seems arrogant on me, but it's true. And then he was telling me all this bull. And then he starts telling me about how he's got his live set up on Twitch and all this extra crap. And then he wanted me on the show with him and discussing music or riffing or whatever it is. And I look at this crap and I'm like, for real? I don't want nothing to do with you. And then he goes ahead and tells me, like, but I also try to say this, you know, there's no beef between us. I'm not trying to be on that level with anybody. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying not to get into fights these days. And then this guy goes ahead and he's like, well, yeah, you know, I'm open on the 14th. I'm like, the 14th ain't going to work because that was a jams week. There's no way I'm going to be able to team up with anybody that week. And he's like, well, you know, 15, 16 are open. I'm like, it's not going to happen. And truth be told, I did follow up and said, like, you know, because I'm trying to give benefit of the doubt here. Maybe he was wrong in being a giant dick. But the problem is, no, he wasn't. See, the thing is, he was about that because he was going ahead buttering me up so that I could go ahead and be on his show, so that I could go ahead and give a little bit of extra cred so his numbers will go up. And then at the end of the day, that's what that is. Trust me, I see it all the time. Where people want you to team up with them because, oh yeah, I feel as though this could get me some E-cred, get my levels up and all that jazz. And then there was a time where he asked me if he wanted to play video games with him. I'm like, are you out of your damn mind? Like, yeah, I got the J360 power play. I don't need to go on anybody's house for anything. But at the same time, it's like, this guy might as well have a damn white van that says free candy, and instead of trying to lure me in like I'm a little kid that's looking for something. And it's like, no, I'm not, I want nothing to do with this. So, and then like, to speed it up, Halloween rolls around, and I'm looking at like movies and stuff like that. I'm not doing a show by any means, but I'm looking at the movies and stuff. And then, you know, I'm doing riffs. And then I do like a couple of riff videos here. And then this idiot posts and tell me his life story on one of the riff videos. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I have another riff video, and he posted some crap like, so when are we going to team up and you come on my Twitch page and we riff movies and we talk music, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, excuse me? I saw that nonsense, man, and I felt really sick. I felt disgusted. I was like, bro, I'm doing this out of my own leisure. I'm just having a good time on my platform. That is really disgusting. You think I'm actually going to go over there? I even said no like thrice. I'm like, F this. So I went ahead and I did what I needed to do. I blocked them into oblivion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will never engage people like that. Like, it's one thing if you want to team up. That's what emails and DMs are for. But if I know that the stuff is getting awkward and I know that the vibe is off, like really off, like when somebody tells me, yeah, they listen to J360 Hangouts, but then they ask me, does J360 Hangouts have structure to it? Something about that crap is sus. And when I see nonsense like this, you don't go on my page and put this stuff out here in public. That makes you look desperate as hell. And not only that, I said, no, I'm not hanging out with you. The hell is this nonsense? Jeepers Creepers? Get the F away from me. And you see, the thing about it is, I'm very proactive in handling my business anyway. So I went ahead and I took care of that. But I can understand now why certain people freak out at the idea of collabs. I see why certain people freak out when, you know, somebody asks them a question about, like, marital status and stuff like that. I see why people actually grow hives when it comes to those things, because that stuff is damn near creepy. And people don't understand, like, hey, back the hell off. Like, what are boundaries these days? Like, there are a few friends that are in, like, the Jam Fam and stuff like that I have to check on every occasion, such as, like, know the boundary. Don't go this far. It will not end well for you. It's like trying to fool J-Man when you try to submit 2 tracks, and one is the original track and one is a remix. I'm thinking that's going to get you in. There's a special place in hell for people like you. Do you understand? Don't ever do this. And if that does happen, I'm going to look at that and I'll be like, okay, what's your second track? Well, I don't have any new tracks. You don't need a new track. Use your discography. That's all I got to say about jams. And that's all I got to say about that creepy little horror story, if anything. I understand why it is what it is. But, like, wow, I was like, man, I think I almost had my own male stalker there for a minute. I'm not into that. You know? Hell, I'm not even into the female stalkers I have. It's the truth. It's just really disgusting. But speaking of which, though, of jams is not hard to be a part of. This guy had a chance to make it pretty good on jams, and he effed it up. Anybody who is actually in the Jam Fam or is going to probably be a future member of the Jam Fam and stuff, remember this. When you make your successful debut, after you submit your 2 tracks and a link, you're open to submitting 2 tracks in a... Well, you don't need to submit your link anymore, but you're open to submit any of your 2 tracks to any future J360 Jams episode at your choosing. You know, just know how to submit. All you need is a file transfer or a drive folder, and you just send me your 2 tracks there. It's not hard to do. You know? And it is a Jams week this week, and I'm very intrigued to see how many of you land on 35, because it's right there waiting for you. Unless if you dawdle around and you wait until Friday, knowing full well that the deadline is Thursday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like, nowadays, I lose my patience with some people. And it's true, I do. It's true. Because it's like this. For those that don't know, I'm lenient on that. But for those that been here a while, know who I am, know the J360 universe at best, it's like, give it a rest. You've been here. You friggin' know. If you don't know the first time, that's fine. But the second time, you don't give a damn. Let's just say that. All right? I mean, at the end of the day, I got to go through the trouble of, you know, accommodating you and seeing what things are about and just making sure that you're comfortable as can be. The least you can do is show me the same respect, too. That's just the way it goes. And not try to coax me when you do something wrong like that particular individual tried to. Oh, you know, you work hard. Yeah, I know that. I had bags under my eyes for the longest damn time. I know that. As a matter of fact, we're going into November, which is J360 Radio's anniversary month anyway, so you don't have to tell me a damn thing about what I do. And honestly, the way I work and the way I go about stuff, I never ask anybody's permission. I don't owe anybody a damn thing. Matter of fact, a little gratitude would be really, really nice. And some of you have been good about that. Just letting you know. But anyway, I've already dawdled on that subject enough. Let me go ahead and get you guys your lineup because we are packed full this time. And let's see. For the final part of the Monster Fest, we have the J360 Mini Bites happening right now. You got the J-Man Show 226 tomorrow. You have J360 Jams happening on Friday. You have the J360 Power Play coming back in a big way on Saturday. And of course, the Monster Fest ends completely this year with the J-Man Show 227 happening on Sunday. So it's a very big deal because usually there's no shows on Sunday. But Thursday, on the other hand, is open-ended. I'll probably be doing most likely we'll be doing the State of the Art series, which is making its home on J360 Radio this week, as a matter of fact. As soon as we get that next episode, you guys are going to see a lot of them. So it's going to be a very entertaining hurrah. It is a part of the J360 universe, and at the same time, it works with other companies and corporate, groups as we know it. And not only that, me and Marco and Eric and Al have a blast doing it, so that's pretty fun. And speaking of which, of course, all shows are happening at 10 p.m. Eastern. Most of the ones that I named to you are on J360 Radio with Spreaker.com/user/J360 Radio. And then the Power Play is always on J360 TV at twitch.tv/J360 TV. So, that's usually the live one. And of course, you can always capture the archival replay on the YouTube channel at, youtube.com/J360 Productions. So yeah, it's a lot, and I know it is, but at the end of the day, we're going to have a pretty good time. And I can't end the Monster Fest without us celebrating the King of Monsters, Godzilla. So, you get to see all of the kaiju fun this week, too. So you got a lot to look forward to. And I have some urban legends to tell you, and, it is going to be a blast. So I hope I didn't scare you off with that little Starker story there for a moment, but these are true to form. Anyway, though, I got to get up out of here. So this is J-Man signing off. Peace.
New on Curiosity Stream.
I'm James Burke. I'm going to take you on a journey through time.
James Burke's visionary series returns. reimagined for our time.
Now, this is all uncharted territory.
The Washington Post hails Burke as one of the most intriguing minds in the Western world. The New York Times raves he careens from one great moment in history to another.
Where do we want to go from here?
Experience all new connections.
So what's the next connection?
With monthly, annual, and bundled plans, find the one that works for you at CuriosityStream.com.